What's a good movie that was adapted from a crummy source?
I don't know if it's really a crummy source because I haven't actually read it myself, but I know that Robert Aldrich really hated Kiss Me Deadly by Mickey Spillane when he made that. And that movie itself is kind of a subversion of the material. Like, he really hated the fact that Mickey Spillane had written this, like, the Mike Hammer character is this thug, you know, he just, like, he gets results, and he just hated that. So in the movie, he's just, like, sort of like this Cro-Magnon, like, brute.
Is that an ill-regarded book?
See, that's the thing, is I don't know if it's, I wouldn't say it's like ill-regarded, but it is a book that he was not respected by the maker and they're making it. I mean, there's also, you could say, like, To Have and Have Not, which is a fantastic movie, and everybody seems to agree that it's, like, probably the worst Hemingway book, including Howard Hawks. I think he called it like a piece of crap or something like that. And I think they said, like, the only things they kept from the book were the title and the boat. Oh. But I mean, it's a great movie, but it's terrible. Apparently, I've never read it, but apparently it's just a terrible, terrible book.
I would nominate the film noir Crossfire. I don't know if you've seen that. It's kind of a social problem film noir about anti-Semitism, but the book is about gay bashing, weirdly enough, and it's written in 1945 or something. But the book is terrible. It's like the worst novel I think I've ever read. I think it's Richard Brooks. You think it's gonna be good, and it's really lousy.
Up in the Air was I don't know that it was a bad book so much as it was a book that didn't have anywhere near what the film had. It's an amazing screenplay. I liked The Firm, which I thought was a pretty crappy book. I liked I like Bridges of Madison County, which I've never read, but it's supposed to be one of the worst books.
I heard the best adaptation of the worst book of all time. I think
Bridges?
How someone described it to me once.
Yeah, it's a lovely film. It's got kind of a hokey framing device, but the central sort of romance and how it plays out is very interesting and mature and kind of delicate and well handled. But I understand the book is, as we all do, is terrible.
The thing was that I think you're spared the prose of Robert James Waller.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is, like, if you just pick up in a bookstore, you can just start laughing. It is so bad. Wow.
And maybe the setting, the setting of the book and the idea, I guess, of that kind of romance between two older people is nice. I guess the same thing for me works in American Psycho because I love that movie. And I think what she must have done is just because I've read the book and I feel like when she made that movie, she just read the synopsis on the back and made the movie. I
totally agree, actually.
Because she cuts out everything that. It's an expert adaptation. She takes out everything that blows about that book, and there's a lot that blows about that book, and keeps every single good thing that was in there.
I wonder about the. Rules of Engagement.
Rules of Attraction.
I'm sorry, not Rules of Engagement. Rules of Attraction by not Rules of Engagement. Rules of Attraction, which is by the guy.
Bret Easton Ellis.
Well, that's the book.
Roger Avary.
Roger Avary. Thank you. I always forget his last name. And it's a really good movie. I mean, it's got some of the seedy undertones, but it's very like transparent about the kinds of misogyny and using that Tarantino's. That might actually be a movie that I really like that uses that Tarantino style to actually comment on this kind of masculine college culture.
What about bad TV shows turned into good movies? The Fugitive.
Yeah. I didn't see.
The Fugitive wasn't a bad show.
I want to see the show.
It was just kind of it was repetitive.
Yeah, the same thing happened.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. I felt like it was an idea that worked as a film.
Right.
I will.
Charlie's Angels is a really bad show that was turned into a tremendously fun movie. The first one
is pretty fun. The second one's insane, at least.
Yeah. I just found the soundtrack to that movie, and you know what? 2000 was in the past. Like, I've heard songs from that era that are like, oh God, that was like 11 years ago. But I heard the Charlie's Angels soundtrack, and I was like, oh my, that's the past now. I can be nostalgic about this. This sounds like it is not from this time, which I did not think was going to happen anytime soon with that decade, but it's starting now.